But don't worry, we will have lots of time at the end to stretch out and lay down. So if everybody wants to start at the top of their mat in mountain pose. Beautiful. So let's just settle into our mountain pose here. You can rock your feet back and forth if you want. I'm just going to stand you guys. We can roll our shoulders back and down, palms facing forward. You can close your eyes or soften your gaze, whatever feels good for you. And we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, filling up our belly, our ribs, and our chest. And we're going to sigh it all out, letting it go. One more time, a nice big inhale in through the nose, filling up our belly, our ribs, and our chest. And exhale, sigh it all out, letting it go. And just taking our focus inward here. Can you feel yourself breathing? Can you feel your chest rising and falling? Maybe your belly expanding. And just finding our breath for a couple of moments. Once again, this is going to be a more active practice, so please listen to your bodies. Do whichever variation feels good for you. You can drop the weights at any time. Beautiful. And then on our next breath, we're going to slowly bat our eyes open. And we're going to wiggle our fingers. Once again, you can rock back and forth. Sorry, my puppy's 16 and the stairs currently are really tough for him. We're going to take some beautiful breaths here. So we're going to inhale our arms up to the sky, gathering in all that beautiful energy, especially on this fabulous day. And inhaling our hands down through heart center. Beautiful. One more time. Inhaling all the way up to the sky. And exhaling down through heart center. We're going to inhale up to the sky. And then as we exhale, we're going to twist open just gently to the right here. Just a nice gentle twist to start. Arms forward and back. And then we're going to circle this right arm around, lifting our arms up again. Inhaling and exhaling, twisting open to the left. Beautiful, circling this left arm around, inhaling up to the sky and exhaling our hands down through heart center. Beautiful, we're gonna find a standing cat-cow. So we're gonna exhale our arms back, chest forward, belly lift, heart lifting to the sky. And then as we exhale, rounding our spine and reaching our arms forward here. You can also give yourself a nice big hug if that feels good. Inhaling forward, opening up our chest. And exhale, rounding forward. Beautiful, one more time. Inhaling, opening up our chest. And exhale, rounding in. Beautiful, inhaling back to center. Left hand down like it's reaching into our pocket, right arm extending high to the sky, really reaching through those right fingertips, lengthening the right side of our body. And then if it feels good, reaching over to the left. Beautiful, inhaling back to center, finding that on the other side. So right hand like it's in our pocket, left arm extending this time, really reaching through our fingertips. And then if it feels good, reaching over to the right. Beautiful, we're gonna do that one more time on each side. So left hand down, right arm extending, nice lateral reach here. And then bending to the left if it feels okay. Beautiful, inhaling back, right arm down, left arm reaching up to the sky, and then leaning over to the right. Beautiful, inhaling back to center. We're gonna find a couple sun breaths. So we're gonna inhale up to the sky. Exhale, hinging at our hips, swan diving forward, fold. Beautiful, inhale, halfway lift, flat back, crown of the head, reaching forward. Exhale, bending our knees, forward fold. Inhale, rising up to the sky. Exhaling to mountain. Inhaling up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bending our knees, reaching up to the sky. And exhaling to mountain. One more time, we're gonna hang out in our forward fold this time. So we're gonna inhale up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, really hinging at our hips there. And we're gonna hang out here for a couple of breaths, really bending our knees so our torso is rooted. You can find a little bit of movement. You can hold on opposite elbows, rocking side to side. Beautiful. We're gonna release our hands to the mat. Our right fingertips are gonna cup just in front of our right foot. We're gonna bend our right knee, straightening that left leg and twisting open to the left. Beautiful. Inhaling back to center, left fingertips cupped in front of our left foot this time, bending that left knee, twisting open to the right. Beautiful. One more time on each side. Right hand in front of our right foot, bending right knee, twisting open to the left. Beautiful. Last time, left hand in front of the left knee, our left foot, left knee bends, opening up to the right. Beautiful. Coming back to center, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands on shins or thighs. Exhale, fold, bending our knees, reaching up. And exhaling to mountain. Now we're going to do a bit of a different flow this time. So we're not going to start slow. We're going to do a flow, but with no back bend. So there'll be no cobra or upward facing dog. So when you go to plank, you can find kneeling plank or full plank, whatever feels good for you. So we're going to inhale up to the sky. We're going to exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, planting our hands, stepping back to our plank or our kneeling plank. Shoulders over wrists, hips in line with our shoulders here. And then if it feels okay, we're gonna bend, lowering halfway, inhaling up, back to our downward facing dog. You can pedal this out, being our first downward facing dog of the morning, finding a little bit of movement. Beautiful. We're going to find stillness here. We're going to bend our knees and we're going to walk our feet to the top of the mat, finding our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bending our knees, reaching up to the sky. And exhaling to mountain. Doing that again. Inhaling up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, planting our hands, stepping back to our plank or kneeling plank, shoulders over wrists, fingertips spread nice and wide. On our next exhale, we're going to lower halfway down, back up, hinging our hips up and back, downward facing dog. Bending our knees, stepping to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bending our knees, reaching up, and exhaling to mountain. One more of those. Inhaling up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, planting our hands, stepping back, plank or kneeling plank. Making sure we're in alignment here. Exhaling, lowering halfway, back up, hinging, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Bending our knees, walking to the top of the mat, finding our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bending our knees, reaching up. And exhaling to mountain. We're just gonna find a gentle warrior flow before we find our weights. We're gonna inhale up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, planting our hands, stepping back to our downward facing dog. Beautiful. We're going to inhale our right leg to the sky. We're going to bring that knee towards our chest, bringing our foot between our hands. Left foot on a 45-degree angle, rising up, warrior one. Beautiful, hands to heart center, pivoting that or heel toeing that left foot out, finding warrior two, heel to heel or heel to arch alignment. Right palm reaches up a little, reach forward, exalting our warrior here. Exhaling back, warrior two. Pivoting this left foot, circling this left arm around, crescent lunge. Exhale, folding forward, planting our hands, right foot meets left, downward facing dog. If it feels good, you can have a little bit of movement. And then we'll find that flow on the other side. Left leg reaches high. Bringing that left knee towards our chest, foot between our hands. Right toes pivot on a 45-degree angle, rising up, warrior one. Hands to heart center, heel toeing out that right foot, heel to heel or heel to arch alignment, warrior two. Left palm reaches up a little, reach forward, exalting our warrior. Making our way back to warrior two, pivoting that right foot. Woo, circling this right arm around. Exhale, folding forward. We're gonna bend this right knee, right foot meets left, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bending our knees, reaching up to the sky. And exhaling, down to mountain. Beautiful. So I'm gonna grab a sip of water because I'm dry already. Beautiful. So we're gonna grab our weights really safely. And we're gonna start in chair, but a wide-legged chair. So feet about hips distance apart. So whichever weights you wanna start with, we're gonna be doing squats. So whatever weights you have, you know your body best, so use whatever feels comfortable for you. The highest weight you're gonna want in this though is about a 5 pound until you really build up that energy. So beautiful. So we're gonna bend our knees and we're gonna grab our weight safely, bringing our weights to heart center and then lifting up. Keeping our weights pressed together at heart center here. We're gonna inhale, create some length, and we're gonna exhale, lower into our chair, belly button into spine, toes in front of our knees. And we're just gonna start with some gentle squats. So we're gonna lift, really squeeze the bum together, exhale, lower. Doing a couple or a few of these. Now, if you are taking care of your knees, just don't go down as low. Go wherever feels good for you. Beautiful, 2 more. Last one, and then we're gonna hold it low in our chair. So hold it here, and we're gonna pulse. Making sure that it's your hips pulsing and not coming from your knees. Again, weights really close to our chest here, chest still up, looking straight ahead. Beautiful. And we're gonna hold this chair for a minute here. I know you can probably feel your legs. We're gonna do an oblique twist. So we're gonna root into our right foot. We're gonna lift our left leg off the mat, twisting open to the left. Exhale down into a squat, rooting into the left foot this time, lifting that right knee, twisting to the right. Doing a few more of these. Really going nice and slow. We don't have to rush through this, even though you might want to already. Beautiful. One more time on each side. And then we're gonna hold that chair again. Beautiful, lowering that left leg, holding the chair. And this is where we're gonna bring that low impact interval training in. So we're gonna tap our left foot and then our right. Left, right, just out to either side. Still staying as low as you can, but it doesn't have to be very low. It can be a baby chair. And I am already sweating. It is warm in here. Beautiful, 2 more on each side. Beautiful, we're gonna rise up out of that. Beautiful, bending our knees, hinging forward, letting go of those weights. We're gonna inhale up to the sky. We're gonna exhale, swan dive forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, full, planting our hands, stepping back into plank or kneeling plank, whichever you're most comfortable in. Shoulders over wrists in whichever variation you're in. And then we're gonna bring our right knee to our right elbow, left knee to our left elbow. Little lift with the right leg, little lift with the left leg. If you're in low plank, it's gonna look like this. Exact same, just your knees are on the ground. So finding whichever variation you would like, and we're gonna get going here. Right elbow, right leg, left leg. Making sure our hips are still in line with our shoulders here. In whichever variation we're in. One more. Beautiful, then we're gonna hinge our hips up and back, finding that downward facing dog. This is the only time I love downward facing dog is after a strength exercise. Again, you can find a little bit of movement here. Beautiful. On our next breath, we're gonna inhale our right leg to the sky. And then as we exhale, we're gonna flow forward, knee to chest, finding that core flow just for 2 times here. Exhale, lift. Inhaling forward, shoulders over wrists, knees into our chest. Exhale, lift. Rolling forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. We're gonna bring that foot between our hands. We're gonna stay in our low lunge here for a second. We're gonna grab our weights. We're gonna bring our weights to our chest, rising up. Beautiful, so we're gonna start with a narrow row. So I'll face you just for a second. So a narrow row, palms facing each other. We're gonna hinge forward, almost like we're doing airplane arms. Hinging forward, and we're just gonna bring our elbows up to the sky, arms close to our body here. So, setting that up, hinging forward, wrists underneath our shoulders, and we're gonna lift, really squeezing our elbows together here, or sorry, shoulders together, elbows towards the sky. Still lunging into that front leg. It's probably talking to you. You may even be talking to me. 2 more, and then we're gonna hold it. We're gonna hold our elbows nice and high, and we're gonna pulse, just gentle here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We're gonna hinge forward. We're gonna put our weights down, almost like they're 2 blocks here. Hands are gonna stay on the weights, just gently. And then we're gonna bring our left knee in and release. In, release. Again, this doesn't have to be done fast. It can be nice and slow. Beautiful. 2 more times. Beautiful. Releasing that left leg back. We're going to hinge forward, grab our weights, bring them back up to heart center. Still in crescent lunge. If this is too much, you can find warrior 2 as well. We're going to hinge forward, and we're going to find wide rows this time. So palms facing the back of the mat, elbows bent. We're gonna bring our elbows up in line with our shoulders. Exhale, lower. Inhaling up. Exhale, lower. Up and lower. Up and lower. Up. 2 more times, then we're gonna hold it at the top. Last time. Hold it, and we're gonna pulse. Beautiful. Bringing our hands back down. We're gonna rise back up to that crescent lunge. You can straighten that right leg if it's really talking to you for a break. We're gonna find bicep curls and lunges, and then we're gonna get out of this leg. So palms facing forward, elbows quite close to the body. We're gonna inhale, drop that left leg down. Exhale, lifting up into a curl. Really trying to bring our pinky towards our shoulder here. Thank God I don't have a mask on today. 2 more. Beautiful. We're gonna hinge forward, we're gonna lower our weights, and then we're gonna step back to downward facing dog. Again, you can pedal it out if you need a little bit of a break. Beautiful. And then on our next exhale, we're gonna roll forward to plank or kneeling plank. Shoulders over wrists, fingertips spread nice and wide. And we're gonna do those toe taps to either side. So we're gonna tap our left toe out and then our right. Left, right. Beautiful. Remembering that you are really strong and you can do this. 2 more times on each side. Beautiful. And when you finish that, meeting in downward facing dog. Beautiful. Pedaling that out, whatever you need. And then we're going to find a flow on the other side. Beautiful. Exhaling our left leg high to the sky, 3-legged dog. Finding that core flow just for 2. Exhale, rolling forward to plank, knee to chest. Inhaling up. Exhale, rolling forward, knee to chest, shoulders over wrists. Exhaling up. Inhale, rolling forward, shoulders over wrists. Bringing that foot in between our hands. We're going to grab our weights again. And we're going to rise back up safely here. Beautiful. Whew. We're going to hinge forward. Weights are underneath our shoulders here. We're going to lift them up so that our elbows are in line with our body. And we're going to find tricep kickback. So we're just going to move our arms back and forward. Elbows stay glued to the body as close as they can. Two more, and then we're going to hold it and pulse. Last one here. Keeping those arms straight, pulsing that back just a little bit. Beautiful. Bending our elbows, rising back up. Hinging forward, placing those weights on the mat once again, using them as a prop. And then we're going to bring that right foot in and back. In and back. Don't worry, my glutes screaming too. Beautiful. Two more. Beautiful. Bringing that right foot back. Once again, rising up safely, weights to our chest. We're going to hinge forward and we're going to find a fly. So elbows stay bent in this, palms facing each other. And we're going to lift our arms out to the side so our shoulders and our weights are in alignment. Elbows are still bent. Reverse fly here. Two more. Beautiful. Bringing your hands to heart center. We're going to find lunges again, but we're going to do a hammer curl this time. So elbows close to our body, palms facing each other, thumbs up towards the sky. So we're going to lunge, arms extending, lifting those weights up towards our shoulders here. Thumbs up towards our shoulders this time. One more. Beautiful. We're going to hinge forward, letting go of our weights. Hands to the mat, and we're going to step back, downward facing dog. Once again, pedaling that out. Beautiful. We're going to inhale forward to our plank or a kneeling plank, and we're going to find a low impact mountain climber. So we're going to bring the right knee into chest and then the left. Again, you can do this from kneeling. Right, left. Making sure our bums are staying down. Really working our core. Actually, this is a full body exercise here, which is pretty amazing. And we don't have to run it out for it to give you the same feeling. I can hardly talk. Beautiful. One more time on each side. Plank, hinging our hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful, bending our knees, walking our feet to the top of the mat, finding our forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, bending our knees, reaching up to the sky. And exhaling, finding our mountain. Beautiful, you can grab a sip of water. Beautiful. Hopefully everybody's doing good. I am a little soaked at the moment. So we're gonna find our goddess squat. So we're gonna safely grab our weights with our knees bent, bringing them up to our heart center, whichever weights you'd like. We're gonna find goddess pose. So legs out wide, toes to the corner of our mat. Beautiful. We're gonna lower here just for a breath or two, just to kind of make sure that we're in proper alignment. So knees are over our ankles, but we're also pressing our knees back to the back of the room. A little bit of a pressing back so that we're not dumping in, really protecting our knees here. We're gonna place our weights just gently on our hip creases here. And we're gonna lift and lower. So we're gonna rise and then lower. And again, you can go as low as you would like. Whatever feels good for your body. Two more, and then we're gonna hold it at the bottom. Last one. Beautiful, and then hold it as low as you can, and we're gonna do just gentle little pulses here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding low. Perhaps even lifting our heels off the mat if that feels okay. One more breath. If your heels are lifted, we can lower them. And we're gonna rise up out of that for a second. Again, you can shake that out. Beautiful. We're gonna lower down, shoulders back and down. Again, wherever feels comfortable for you. We're gonna bring our arms in front. Shoulders stay down here. Palms facing towards us. We're gonna lift our arms up in line with our elbows, or sorry, our shoulders, and back down. Some lateral raises here. And this is where you might need to drop a little bit of weight if you have a heavier weight with you, or you can do one arm and then the other. Beautiful, 2 more here. Beautiful. And we're gonna rise up out of that. We're bringing our hands to heart center, weights to our heart center. We're gonna pivot our left foot, right foot forward, finding our warrior 2 here. Catching our breath for a second, or maybe that's only me that needs to. We're gonna bring our arms forward and back, palms facing in, elbows are bent. When you're lifting weights, you don't ever want your elbows straight. Beautiful, holding this for a couple breaths. Then we're gonna bring our left hand by our left hip, right arm extending, just reaching up, not over to exalt the warrior. Beautiful, bringing our hands back to heart center. We're gonna reach them out, palms facing up this time, and we're gonna do an overhead reach. So we're gonna straighten that right arm as we lift our arms up overhead, making sure our weights don't touch, and then lunging back. Inhaling up, lunging down. Inhale up. Beautiful. 2 more. Beautiful, holding that here. Palms facing forward, left arm by our left hip, right arm extending. Beautiful, bring your hands to heart center, straightening that right leg. We're gonna pivot that out, finding our goddess squat once again. So lowering down just to check in for your alignment if you like. And then we're gonna lift. Once again, placing our weights at our hip creases there. And we're just gonna lower and lift for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, and on our last one, we're gonna hold it again. Beautiful. Rising up, lowering down to wherever feels good for you. Hold it and pulse, just little pulses down, almost like we're trying to get our tailbone down to the mat there. Beautiful, holding it for a couple breaths. Once again, you can lift your heels off the mat. Beautiful, we're gonna lower our heels down. We're gonna rise up for a breath. Hands are gonna go to a heart center. We're gonna lower our hips back down. We're gonna find our goal posts with our arms, so our cactus arms almost, but we're not squeezing our shoulder blades together that much. We're gonna inhale, bring our elbows close together. Exhale, squeezing our shoulder blades there. For 8, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last one here, 8, beautiful. Bring our hands to heart center, straightening our legs, pivoting our right foot this time, or pivoting our left foot, sorry. Finding warrior 2, you're probably still facing the camera, so that's fine. Arms forward and back, palms in. Once again, elbows are bent here. Holding just for a couple of breaths. We're gonna bring our right hand by our right weight by our right hip. Left arm reaches just straight up there. Beautiful. Making our way back to warrior 2. Palms facing up. We're gonna do that overhead reach again. So straightening that left leg, reaching the weights up overhead, lowering, lifting. We're already at 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Beautiful. Right hand by our right hip, left arm reaches up. It's amazing how even with light weights, you can still feel this. Beautiful, left leg reaches up, hands to heart center. We're gonna heel toe that in. Beautiful. You can drop your weights for a second. You can grab a drink of water if you need to. We have one more weighted exercise, and then we're gonna make our way down to the mat. Beautiful. So we're gonna do it around the world. If you have a couple sets of weights, you might wanna drop down a little bit for this. It's very isometric in your shoulder here. So we're gonna find tree first. So again, finding the middle of our mat, hands can be at heart center, rooting into our left foot, reaching that right foot out. We're gonna flex those right toes towards our face, externally rotate, bringing that right foot in. It can stay on the mat for this, above or below your knee, just not on your knee. We are gonna be moving, so you might find you don't have as much balance with this. So we're gonna bring our weights forward. Palms are gonna stay facing forward the whole time. I'll show you what this looks like first. Elbows, nice micro bend in them. We're gonna reach them up and around, overhead, and then around to the front. Again, elbows stay bent, palms facing forward the entire time. So we're gonna do 4 on this side. So we're gonna inhale, slowly rise up. Exhale down. Woo. 2. Beautiful. 3. This is a fabulous rehabilitation move for your shoulder girdle, and it's really a good exercise. Last one. I can't speak because I can hardly breathe. Beautiful. Bring your hands to heart center, holding tree for a breath or 2. And then we're gonna come out of that, closing that up. Again, you can shake that out. Beautiful. And finding that on the other side. Rooting into our right foot this time, left our foot extending, flexing those left toes, externally rotating that left hip back towards the back of the room, bringing that foot in, again, toes can be on the mat, above or below your knee, just not on the knee. Again, arms forward, palms facing forward, bend in your elbows there. We're gonna inhale up, all the way up, and exhaling down. That's 1, 2, beautiful, 2 more, 3, and last one. Beautiful. Bringing our hands to heart center, holding our tree. Beautiful. And closing up out of that. Again, you can shake your legs out, and then we're gonna safely lower our weights to the top of the mat. Beautiful. Finding our mountain pose here. Inhaling up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, planting our hands, and we're just gonna step back into tabletop. And we're gonna lower all the way down to our bellies here. And we're gonna find a Superman. So arms are in cactus, so your elbows and shoulders are in alignment, palms facing down. Your feet can be almost to the edges of the mat if you like. Forehead is nice and neutral. And then I'm gonna show you, we're gonna inhale, and then as we exhale, we're gonna lift our torso and our legs off the mat, and then lower. If this is too much for you, you can lift just your feet or just your arms. We're gonna do 6 of these. So take a nice deep breath here. And then exhale, lift up and lower. Lifting, lower. 3, 4, 2 more. And the last one, lowering all the way down. Hands beside our ribs, hinging up and back. Finding our child's pose. Beautiful. Inhale, reaching forward, walking forward. And we're gonna do one more core exercise before we stretch out. So we're gonna find boat pose. So making our way onto our seat, fleshy bits away. Beautiful. We're gonna hold on to the backs of our thighs to begin with. Belly button really into spine, core is nice and strong. We're gonna exhale, lowering just a little bit here. Now this can be your boat pose. We're gonna extend our right leg and then our left. If you'd like, you can lift your feet off the mat, extending right leg and then the left, okay? So finding whichever one you would like. Leaning back first of all, either lifting our legs off the mat or legs on the mat. Right leg extends, left leg extends. Probably feel this a little bit in our hip flexors, but we're gonna stretch them out as soon as we're done here. 2 more times on each side. Beautiful. We're gonna lower our feet to the mat, walking our feet in close as we can. We're gonna wrap our hands around, or arms around our legs. Spine is reaching tall, bringing our chin towards our chest. Beautiful. And we're gonna make our way into tabletop. So tabletop here, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, fingertips spread nice and wide. Spine is nice and tall. Inhaling here. And then as we exhale, tailbone lifts, belly lowers, heart shining forward into our cow. Exhale, rounding in cat. Beautiful, flowing through this a few times. You earned this cat-cow. Two more times. And last time through. Beautiful. Neutral spine here. We're gonna bring our right foot in between our hands, hand to heel if we get stuck. You can even walk the right foot forward a little bit here. We're gonna find a low lunge, really opening up our hip flexor. You can rise up if you like. You can place your hands on that right thigh, whatever feels good for you. You can even find a little bit of movement if you wanna pulse a little bit, just opening everything up here. Beautiful. We're going to hinge forward, left wrist underneath our left shoulder, right arm reaches out, twisting open to the right. Beautiful. Bringing that right hand down. We're going to walk our hands back, straightening this right leg, flexing those right toes towards our face. Inhaling up to our halfway lift. And then if it feels good, rounding in forehead to knee. Beautiful. We're gonna lift up, walking our hands forward, lowering that foot. Right knee meets left, finding our tabletop. You can find a little bit of movement here. Beautiful. And then on our next breath, we're gonna bring our left foot in between our hands this time. Again, you can walk it forward a little bit. Into our low lunge, you can rise up, arms all the way up or on your thigh. You can move around a little bit if that feels good. Really opening up the right hip flexor this time. Beautiful. We're going to hinge forward, left wrist underneath our left shoulder, right arm extending, twisting open to the left. Beautiful. Left arm reaches down, walking our hands back, straightening that left leg, left toes towards our face. And then if it feels good, rounding in, forehead to knee. My dog is dreaming. We're going to exhale, walking our hands forward, placing that left foot on the mat. Left knee meets right. Once again, you can find a little bit of movement here. Beautiful. We're going to make our way onto our bums for seated. Legs extending forward here. Fleshy bits away. Toes gently flex towards our face. Inhaling up. Exhale, hinging at our hips, finding our seated forward fold. Beautiful. Rising up out of that. We're going to make our way to the middle of the mat, and we're going to lower down safely. One knee in and then the other, knees to chest. You can rock that out side to side. Beautiful. We're going to hug that in. We're going to release our left leg out to the edge of the mat, holding that right knee in. Beautiful. On our next breath, we're going to reach the right arm out this time. Arms up overhead, big reach, stretch. Exhaling, left knee in this time. Beautiful. On our next breath, right knee meets left, knees to chest. We're going to lower our feet to the ground and we're going to find our figure four stretch. So right ankle below our left knee, right toes flexed. Pressing that right knee away. And then if you'd like to add on, reaching through, hugging that left knee towards our chest here. Beautiful. On our next breath, lowering that left knee down or left foot down, uncrossing our right leg. You can windshield washer from side to side. And then finding that figure four stretch on the other side. Left ankle below our right knee, left toes flexed, pressing that left knee away. And then hugging that in if it feels good. This stretch should feel really good on both sides. Beautiful. On our next breath, coming out of that, lowering that right foot, uncrossing that left leg, windshield washing that from side to side. Beautiful. Bringing our knees back to center, arms in cactus or T, and we're just going to gently lower them to the right while we look straight ahead or out over to the left. Really slowing down our nervous system now. Beautiful. Inhaling back to center. And then exhale, dropping our legs out over to the left. Looking straight ahead or out to the right. Whatever feels good. We're going to inhale our knees back to center. And then reaching our legs out to either corners of the mat, arms on either side of our body. Final resting pose, Shavasana. Taking a deep breath in through the nose, filling up your belly, your ribs, and your chest. And exhale, sigh it all out, letting it go. And just finding a few moments here to find your breath, to relax, to restore, and to rejuvenate. And when you're ready, slowly start to wake yourself up. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes. You can rock your head from side to side. Expanding those movements when you feel ready, rolling out your wrists and your ankles. And then finding any other movement that you need to bring yourself back, whether it's knees to chest, a big hug, a big reach, stretch, whatever that is for you. And then in your next few breaths, bending your knees, placing your feet on the mat, reaching your right or your left arm over your head, rolling over onto your right or your left side body, taking a breath here. And then pressing through your palm and making your way up into seated lotus pose, whatever that looks like for you. And taking one final breath together here, inhaling up to the sky and exhaling down through heart center. Thank you so much for joining me on this Saturday morning. I hope I didn't work you too hard and you enjoyed it. The love and the light in me truly sees and honors the love and the light in each of you. Namaste.
That was awesome, Laura. Thank you so much.
Yes,
No
that was
problem.
fantastic.